What's up guys, PTCGL here and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today guys, we're going to be looking at what would have been my Worlds deck choice if I qualified for Worlds, which I did not. But we're going to be looking at Double Trouble Charizard EX. This is the name that I gave to my custom Charizard EX list after experimenting a lot with the brand new cards from Shrouded Fable. I have created what I believe to be kind of like the perfect Charizard list, basically being able to combine two different archetypes, brand new archetypes of Charizard, and mash them together into one to create the most effective Charizard deck possible. Now this deck is absolutely insane. I've been destroying the ladder with it, and that is because I am combining the power of both, obviously, Charizard EX, which is still the most powerful EX in the entire game, and Dusknoir from Shrouded Fable, as well as Pecharunt EX from Shrouded Fable. Both of these cards have synergy with Charizard in different ways, and we're going to talk about that. But first, we should probably break down the list, kind of just go over a general overview of the deck. We're not going to take too much time on this, especially with kind of the Pokemon that we've seen before. But I'm just going to break down what my card counts are now, especially with all the new stuff. And then we're going to kind of explain what all this new stuff means and kind of what it does for the deck. So first off, we are playing two copies of the Blazing Destruction Charmander, just purely because it has 70 HP. We don't really care about Blazing Destruction too much. It's niche use, but mainly it's just so that way we can avoid getting KO'd by Dragapult EX. I am still playing one copy of the 60 HP Charmander, just because Heat Tackle, 30 damage for 1 energy, is really good in some really hyper-specific scenarios. I'm just playing one, and if you know that your opponent's going to be playing something like Regidrago and copy into Dragapult or something, and then, or if they're just playing Dragapult in general, then you can just play this Charmander down early and then kind of just avoid getting sniped with Dragapult by evolving it first, and like kind of prioritize evolving this one rather than a 70 HP one. But I just have it in here because 30 damage can be really important. And yeah. Next up, we have one copy of the promo 70 HP Charmander, and I'm just including this because 40 damage for 2 energy isn't exactly that great, but it's just another option that you have available to you. It's not really gonna be used for much of anything, but it's there, and it can do quite a bit if 40 damage ever is relevant, I guess. Next up, we are playing one copy of Charmeleon, the Flare Veil one, because we don't like Dragapult hitting our bench Pokemon, especially our Charmeleon. Especially we're trying to evolve and stuff, so we're just playing one copy of the Flare Veil Charmeleon to prevent any sort of damage counter shenanigans. And then, of course, we are playing Charizard EX. We've talked about Charizard EX, like, so many times on this channel. It's probably, like, a mainstay of this channel. So, Charizard EX is a 330 HP Terra Dark type Pokemon. It has the Infernal Rain ability and the Burning Darkness attack. Infernal Rain allows you to, when you evolve it, you get to search your deck for 3 basic Fire Energy cards and accelerate them to your Pokemon in any way you like. Burning Darkness for 2 Fire Energy does 180 damage, and it stacks 30 more damage for each prize card your opponent's taken. Now, this is really important because there is an effect now in this deck that allows you to use Burning Darkness more effectively. It is weak to Grass types, which means that it is weak to Teal Mask Ogerpon, which is present in a decent amount of decks nowadays with Raging Bolt Ogerpon and Regidrago V-Star, which we covered in the last video, if you guys want to check that out. And it does have a 2 retreat cost, but we don't really care about the retreat cost as much. It's just a big attacker. You're going to basically be one-shotting most things, and especially with this build, you can one-shot anything that your opponent has turn 2 as long as you go first, and we'll talk more about that later. Next up, we have one copy of Radiant Charizard as our Radiant Pokemon. Being able to effectively, you can use Radiant Charizard in like the end game against things like Raging Bolt, and be able to have the Excited Heart ability put down Combustion Blast for 250 damage, which is very, very impressive, down to probably like 1 or 2 energies. And 250 damage on a single prizer is really good. It also helps kind of offset the prize trade a little bit. And just a really good card. Next up, we have one copy of Lumineon V, and this is usually used to grab out Arven in the early game, and it's good for a Sealstone target, but we can also use it just to grab out any supporter that we need and help kind of finish up the combo that we were looking for, without having to, like, use other things to try and dig into our deck more. And just Lumineon's a very good card in general. We are playing one copy of Manaphy. Especially Manaphy is way more important now. It's less of a threat of Radiant Greninja because there are not really that many good water type decks. Like Chien-Pao is still around, it's still a thing, but you're not really going to encounter it a whole bunch. But Manaphy is now more important because if you're playing against Regidrago and they went first, you basically have to place down a Manaphy. Otherwise, your entire board can get wiped by Kyurem, which we talked about in the last video as well. Kyurem is a huge threat to any evolution-focused deck, and that is why it's just super important to be able to play Manaphy in your deck. And so that's why it's still in here. I really wish that you could cut Manaphy. It would actually be super awesome to have another bench slot and another deck slot, but unfortunately it's just so important to have Manaphy in the deck that it's basically crucial at this point in time because of Kyurem. Next up, we have one copy of Rotom V, instant charge ability, and for Sealstone target, instant charge allows you to draw 3 cards at the end of your turn. Really good for if you're going first, not really good for anything else. It's you kind of want to get rid of it as soon as turn 1 is over if you have it on your bench. So there are 2 ways to do that, but it's just in here kind of to help us set up. Next up, we have one copy of Cleffa. Now, I have been arguing between whether I want to play Cleffa in this deck or not, and that is because it has 30 HP. It does have free retreat cost, and it has a free attack, both of which are very good, but the 30 HP is really what is, like, concerning to me, because you don't want to place this down in the Gardevoir matchup because they can use Monkey Dory, and you don't want to place it down in any of, like, the Regidrago matchups, really, because your opponent can just use Dragapult and 3 damage counters, knock this out. That's a prize card for them, but it is really good in other matchups like Raging Bolt and even Charizard Mirror, because, well, I guess not even in Charizard Mirror, because then they can just use something like Dusclops or Dusknoir and KO it. But it's just a decent card in a few matchups, especially if you're going second, because it allows you to draw more cards. It's a free retreat Pokemon, which is also very valuable. And overall, it's just a really good support Pokemon. But if you are up against something that can benefit from Cleffa being in play, kind of like some sort of cheeky non-attack that they can do, then I would completely avoid the Cleffa altogether, and it's really just discard fodder at that point. Next up, we are playing Duskull, Dusclops, and Dusknoir. Now, Duskull is nothing special other than the art. He's literally next to a trash can, but I really do love this art. It's not useful at all, other than the fact that it's just to evolve into our Dusclops, which is the first of 2 important Pokemon, or first of 3 new important Pokemon in this deck. 4, I guess. Sorry. But first of 3 new kind of like attack or damage boosting Pokemon in this deck. Dusclops is a 90 HP Psychic type Pokemon, and it evolves from Duskull, and it has the Cursed Blast ability. We are never using Will-O-Wisp, and we are most likely never retreating with Dusclops, but the Cursed Blast ability, once during your turn, allows you to put 5 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. If you use the ability, then you knock out Dusclops. Now, what this does, and it's the same for Dusknoir, is when you knock out one of these 2 Pokemon, it forces your opponent to take a prize card, which you might think, oh, that's really bad, and especially for only like 5 damage counters or whatever. But then you have to remember that Charizard EX's Burning Darkness attack gets boosted because your opponent took a prize card, and your opponent can't say, no, I don't want to take a prize card here. They have to, and that means that you can boost your damage with Charizard EX, and in this way you can actually get knockouts on Raging Bolt EX right away. You can actually get knockouts on Regidrago V, Tealmask Ogre Pond. There's like lots of different things that you can chip away with Dusclops specifically, that you can kind of like finish off with a knockout later. But more importantly, we have Dusknoir in here for the Cursed Blast ability. I think, yeah, it's the same ability on both Pokemon, but Dusknoir is, if you took Dusclops, and other than evolving him, put him on steroids, because Curse Blast allows you to put 13 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon, and then you knock out Dusknoir. Now, this can be used to knock out things like Radiant Greninja. It can be used to knock out different single prize Pokemon, or just to completely annihilate something that your opponent maybe wants to like hide on the bench. Maybe a damaged Pokemon, you can just Curse Blast and knock that out. And also it boosts your Charizard output. So a very, very great card. This lineup is very good. We're only playing a 1/1/1 just because we have to make room for the other damage boosting card in the deck, which we'll get to in just a minute. Next up, we have Fezandipity EX. Now, I would say a certain joke that on what the bird sounds like, what the name of the bird sounds like, but we're not going to, because last time there were some people who were not happy with it, so I will try to avoid it this time. And Fezandipity EX is a 210 HP Dark type Pokemon EX, and it has a Cruel Arrow attack, which is 100 damage snipe, which actually can be relevant with Dusknoir. You can actually do kind of like a 230 damage snipe play or something like that. You're probably never going to be able to use Cruel Arrow realistically, but more importantly, we have the Flip the Script ability, which allows you to draw 3 cards if any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn. Now, this is important to know that it doesn't work with Dusknoir because you're knocking it out on your turn, but it still is very good. It does replace the Bidoof Bibarel line that Charizard's been playing for so long, and that is because you can just simply search it out with a Pokemon search card like Nest Ball or Ultra Ball or something like that, and then just you don't have to worry about evolving it, and you don't have to worry about a 60 HP or like a small Bidoof on your bench. Next up, we have Pecharunt EX, and this is the other kind of damage boosting Pokemon that I was just talking about. It has 190 HP, it's a Dark type, and it has the Subjugating Chains ability. We are not going to be using Irritated Outburst in this deck. There is another deck that I might cover in the future that does take advantage of this, but the Subjugating Chains allows you to switch one of your bench Dark Pokemon with your, except for Pecharunt itself, with your active Pokemon. If you do, the new active Pokemon is now poisoned. Now, this pairs perfectly with the new Binding Mochi tool card, which allows you to, your Pokemon that are poisoned, to do 40 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So, let's say you can't get the Dusknoir line set up, and your opponent has an active Pokemon like Regidrago V. You can actually go ahead and knock out the Regidrago V exactly with Binding Mochi. By going Pecharunt, Charizard EX, Binding Mochi, you actually can knock out 220 HP Pokemon with Binding Mochi. So this actually also works in favor against things like a Teal Mask Ogrepon. You can knock those out. You can knock out Regidragos. It's just a very good card and ultimately a very good combo. It's simple to set up too. It takes very minimal setup and you can easily get this. It's 2 cards to be able to set up in a bench slot. Not too much to ask for potentially a game winning lead early on. But Pecharunt also is a good switch out option, especially if your opponent's trying to like stall you out or something. You can just Pecharunt into a Charizard like every single turn. So I mean, you basically just, if you're against Blocklax, you can just Pecharunt into Charizard and whatever. You never really see that anymore, but it's just really good. A free switch every single turn, and also boosted damage, more importantly, is just insanely powerful. Next up, we have Pidgey to evolve into Pidgeot EX, which allows us to search our deck for any card that we want. And then after that, we are our trainers. We're going to speed through this real quick. 4 Buddy Poffin to get our Pidgeys, Charmanders, Cleffa, and Duskull. We have 1 copy of Counter Catcher to be able to take advantage of our opponent knocking out something, or us knocking out Dusknoir. Our opponent goes ahead on prize cards. Then we can use Counter Catcher, swap up one of our opponent's Pokemon, and then we can knock it out or something like that. But also, it's really good if we get behind on prizes. It's a free Gust card. We're still playing 1 copy of Lost Vacuum. This is really good against Gardevoir. It's good against anything that has like a problematic Stadium card in play, especially like I'm thinking about, what is it? Jamming Tower. So yeah, that way you can use your tools. I just really like still playing Lost Vacuum. It's kind of like lowering and dropping a lot in a lot of different decks, but I still think that it's so valuable nowadays, especially with everyone kind of expecting it to be gone, that it's just really useful. Next up, we have 2 copies of Nest Ball to get out. Mainly, we're going to be getting out like Pecharunt, any of our like 2 prize Pokemon, Fezandipity, Pecharunt, Rotom, Yeah, that's really what it's there for, but it can grab any basic. We are playing Prime Catcher as our ace spec. I've been playing Prime Catcher as my ace spec forever now. Free Guzma, basically free gust free gust on a turn and switch on the same turn is really good. Because it allows us to use another supporter. And then we are playing 4 copies of Rare Candy to get our Charizards, our Pidgeots, and our Dusknoirs in play. We are playing 2 copies of Super Rod to be able to get back our Pokemon and our energy. Mainly our energy at this point, because now we're down to 6 compared to the earlier builds that I had where I had like 7. And then 4 copies of Ultra Ball to get any Pokemon that we want. We are also playing 1 copy of Collapsed Stadium. Mainly we use this to discard something like Lumineon or Rotom, but we also can now use this to discard Pecharunt EX once it's done and once it's no longer useful, and also it can kind of like restrict the number of Pokemon that our opponent can have in play. We can also use it to discard a damaged Charizard EX, but mainly it's just for getting rid of like 2 prize support Pokemon that are no longer useful. Next up, we are playing 3 copies of Arven to get out items and tools. We are playing 2 copies of Boss to be able to gust anything that we want. 3 copies of Iono. Actually, now we're playing 2 copies of Iono, to be able to kind of disrupt our opponent, give ourselves a new hand, that sort of stuff. Mainly, it's really good in the end game for disruption. We are also playing 1 copy of Professor Turo's Scenario to scoop up mainly like Charizard EX. We have a damaged Charizard, and we actually can like upset the prize trade a ton by scooping it up with Turo's, and then we can kind of just evolve into a new Charizard, and all that damage that our opponent did on previous turns, all the setup that they tried to do, is now gone. And then the other disruption card, which is kinda not, way more effective than Iono, is Roxanne, which allows you to have both players shuffle their hands into their deck. You get 6 new cards and your opponent only gets 2, but you can only use it in the later game when your opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards. But this now works a bit better because of the Dusknoir line. Your opponent can now go down to 3 or fewer quicker, which allows you to have more effect from Roxanne. We already talked about Binding Mochi. Defiance Band is in here. Really good. Defiance Band is really good in here because, especially with that Dusknoir line, we can now force our opponent to take extra prize cards. We go behind on prize cards, and then we can take advantage of doing 30 more damage, which is awesome. 1 copy of Forest Steel Stone to be able to search out any card. We can use this on Lumineon or Rotom, and then 6 copies of Basic Fire Energy. So that's the list. I'm gonna actually put the full like list from like Limitless TCG. You'll see it on screen now. This is actually a viewer suggestion that I start doing this, so that way viewers can actually like understand the list a bit better. It's a bit, and I'm the same way. It's better if I can like visualize the whole list in one go rather than looking on the terrible tiny little like PTCG live view. But yeah, that was definitely not a brief explanation. I kind of just broke down every single card, and that's another thing that I'll try and improve in the future, is like kind of speeding up the process. I just want to make sure that everyone is like fully aware of how this works and all that, and with all the new combos and cards and stuff. But we're going to head into some games, but real quick, we are so close. At the time of recording this video, we are 20 subscribers away from getting to monetization and 1,000 subscribers, and that would be so helpful. That would be super appreciated if you guys would consider subscribing. We are so close. 1,000 subscribers has been kind of my goal on this channel for ever since I started it, really. 1,000 was kind of always the view that, kind of just the goal that I've been going for. And being a monetized channel means that I can make more afford to make more content and stuff like that. And also, I'm heading into college soon, so this would be really good for just every little bit counts, and your subscription really would help me in my personal life as well. So if you wouldn't mind subscribing, that would be amazing. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, we're just going to hop into some games now. And yeah, we're going to... Oh, hold on. There's a new content update available. It seems I have to update. So I'll be right back after I update the game. Okay, so I think we win the coin flip here. And we do want to go first. Because we can do both Pecharunt and we can do Dusknoir more effectively by going first. And we are starting awfully. Okay, well, this wouldn't be that bad of a hand if we had, you know, more stuff to work with. So, yeah, let's see what we get off the top deck. Chien-Pao! Speak of the devil, we were talking about it earlier. And, yeah. I think we just attach and pass. Very bad, very bad. We can't even do anything. We're gonna have to slowly set up while our opponent's Chien-Pao deck sets up. Yeah, lots of stuff our opponent can do here. Okay, so they're just playing, like, traditional Chien-Pao. That's... Honestly, I don't know why anyone would play that right now. I think our best card to draw is into, like, an Iono or something. Because that means that we don't have to... I don't know. It's just, like, we have to spend so many more resources that we don't have. Arven for Nest Ball, Forest Sealstone, Buddy Poffin, boom. Then we go Rotom, draw 3. It's just everything that I'm looking at. Also, they have Radiant Greninja, which is just yucky. Yeah. This is not good. I'm not, like, why? This game has such bad RNG. It's, like, pitiful. It's like, yeah, we're going to find every possible way to make it awful for you. So I think we literally have to go for this play here. We have to go Nest Ball for Rotom. We didn't even have access to Lumineon either. So then we go Forest Sealstone. Then we go Forest Sealstone, Star Alchemy for... we just have to hope that they don't have they don't have Prime Catcher and multiple energies, which they definitely will, but we need to set up, so we need to do this and we need to do this, and if they get the KO, then it's, no, oh, hold on, we need Buddy Poffin, not just one card. I kind of do that sometimes where I kind of accidentally skip the middle step. There we go. Buddy Poffin, go get ourselves Charmander and a Pidgey, and I think we actually should go and get this Charmander, because it doesn't really matter. We just don't want the 60 HP one, because things can get a little weird with, like, Chien-Pao just needing 1 energy. But I don't even want to attach energy or anything. I kind of just want to use instant charge. Part of me doesn't want to leave Pecharunt in the active like this. I guess Rotom would be better in the active. So I think we might actually retreat into Rotom, which would be better for us, because then we can use Pecharunt more effectively. So let's retreat into Rotom, because Pecharunt is actually much better. And then we just use instant charge. Right? Or we could attach an energy even. Attach to Charmander, and then we can use instant charge. 3 cards, okay, alright, so if our opponent isn't able to use Radiant Greninja, then we're basically set. We basically kind of just win if and only if our opponent doesn't get Baxcalibur, doesn't get their energies, they don't have a way to retreat or Prime Catcher or whatever. Basically, we just need them to not have Baxcalibur. I think, because otherwise they have everything else that they need. Attach for turn is not Baxcalibur. Superior is not Baxcalibur. Please don't have Baxcalibur, because if they don't, then we essentially can knock out this Chien-Pao and basically just put ourselves in such a favorable position. Don't have it, please. My fingers are crossed. Yes, let's go. Okay, that is so exciting, because now what we can do is we can go Arven. Yeah, we go Arven. We even got another Charmander that we can set down. Now we can go, I don't know if I want to use that. Let's go Arven, because that's definitely our card of choice. We're going to go for Rare Candy, and we're going to go for Binding Mochi. Binding Mochi is going to work. It's going to work. We got it. I'm so excited. Because I get to show it off in the video, which is super awesome. Then what we can do after that is we can go Ultra Ball away an energy and a Pidgeot. Or, yeah, that's probably our best bet here. Go something like this, and we can go and get Charizard. And then we can go ahead and use Quick Search. And get our another Rare Candy off the Quick Search. Which is right there. Perfect. Then we go Super Rod first, so that way we can get back our energies, and we don't need to get back a Pidgeot EX, because we only need one. Then we can go Rare Candy into Charizard EX here, and we'll attach energies, I guess. Infernal Rain, yes, we would like to use Infernal Rain, and we will attach... Ooh, I kind of want to only attach 2, just on the off chance that... yeah, we'll attach only 2, just on the off chance that they do go, like, for a Greninja play, if that's all that they have left. So let's go Binding Mochi here. Then we'll use Subjugating Chains, put up the Charizard, and look at that. Now we can do exactly 220 damage with Burning Darkness, knock out their Chien-Pao. They probably were not expecting that at all, but we got it, and now we can take our prize cards. This basically puts us in the lead, potentially for the rest of the game. Yeah, so I think the Radiant Greninja, going for Radiant Greninja here is only their best bet. If they have Baxcalibur, then they go after Charmander and something else. That's literally like the only thing that they can do. If they go for another Chien-Pao, okay, so they can actually go for a Chien-Pao knockout here, and we aren't exactly, and they also have Pheasantipity, so we're not exactly fully ready for a return KO, but also at the same time, it's not... Okay, so there's Baxcalibur, and most likely a return KO is coming here. But then we can go for our own Pheasantipity, and then we should maybe be okay. Another Night Stretcher. Is that 2? That's 2 Night Stretchers. What would you want to get back? A Water Energy? A Chien-Pao. Huh. Okay. So our opponent's going in with Baxcalibur. I think they have to have... I need to do the math here. Will actually be 10 damage. They'll be 10 damage short if they only have 5 energies. So they need to have a total of 6 energies total to be able to knock me out here. And that's probably going to be enough. Because... yeah, attach from hand, that's... yeah, and then they get 2 more, so they would need, I think... 1... Are they actually going for the Greninja play? Dude. Okay, they're probably not. That's 5... Prime Catcher, what? Pidgeot? Yeah, okay. I'm okay with that. We can... because then we can go Pheasantipity. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. They're going to have to discard most of their energies. They're probably trying to go for a... They have another Chien-Pao. Okay. No, they're not even going to attach their energies, which is smart. Definitely the right play, but also... so I think we go Charmander inactive. No, they take 2, so it doesn't matter. We don't need to poison ourselves. We can just go in with Charizard, because now we actually do 240 anyways. So now Pecharunt is kind of not needed anymore. Charmeleon is nice. We can just go into Charmeleon. I don't think we are going to set up another... yeah, so let's just go for Pheasantipity. Slap down Pheasantipity. We can even go for Charmeleon here. And... we could place down another Pidgey, but then they just go for Radiant Greninja and take 2 more prize cards. And this basically allows us to kind of lock out our opponent from... yeah, so let's go Manaphy, just so that way they can't knock out the Charmeleon with Greninja. Flip the script. Draws 3. Turo, okay. So we can Turo back the Pecharunt or the Rotom. I don't think you can use... yeah, you can't use more than one Flip the Script ability. And I don't think that we need to use anything else here. So we can actually just go scoop up the Rotom, and then we can place down Pidgey. That's probably our best bet here. Scoop up Rotom, because we've already used the V-Star power, right? Yep. Scoop up Rotom. And then we can place down our Pidgey. We can actually Super Rod. I don't know if I want to use Super Rod just yet, because both of our Pidgeots are gone, but we don't want to use it without getting back energies as well. And I think after that, we're just going to go Burning Darkness, knock out this Chien-Pao, and basically we kind of just win now, because if they go with another Chien-Pao, then we just knock that out with another Charizard that we set up. Dusknoir. So the thing is like, with different matchups, you can pick and choose, and we haven't seen the Dusknoir line, like, at all, but I promise you it's useful in other matchups, just not this one specifically. So, if our opponent takes prizes here, I think we kind of just put them in checkmate. Like, they literally need Iono in order to have any sort of chance in staying in this game. But then we have Flip the Script, too. Like, Pheasantipity is kind of like the Iono counter here. Yeah, that's a ton of energies. But if they don't have an Iono, specifically an Iono this turn, then they lose. Yep, so they're going to attach all their energies. Yeah, I'm glad that we didn't poison ourselves, and because, I mean, it does make a difference. Wow, okay, I mean, Pheasantipity is getting energies. Everyone's getting energies. Cypher Maniacs, but they already use Pheasantipity, though. And we can even use Roxanne if we're worried about not drawing into our Charizard. I think we actually would go... Yeah, 2 more energies. Oh, they misplayed that. They actually did that wrong. They should have saved their Cypher Maniacs, because now what this does is basically we can go for a Roxanne. If we don't get Charizard immediately, then we can just go Roxanne, and then... Yeah, they have to discard every single energy in play. So, I think we just go in with Charmeleon. Or we can go in with... I think we just take the chance. You know what? Let's go in with Manaphy, because we do have Pecharunt, so if we do have the KO, then we just do that, you know? So let's go in with Manaphy. No, okay, we got it. Ultra Ball. So let's Super Rod first, just to guarantee that we have our Charizard. Boom. And sure, 2 energies. Then we're just going to Ultra Ball away the Rotom and the Dusknoir, and that's going to be GG's. Our opponent can't do anything about that. We're just going to guarantee that we have Charizard. We're going to evolve into Charizard, and then 3 energies in play, which we're just going to probably... Yes, we would like to use Infernal Rain, so I don't have to poison myself for no reason. Just 2 energies will do the trick. Boom and boom. And then we're going to retreat. And that will be that. Very nice. So, once again, like I said at the beginning of the video, the Pecharunt really does make a difference. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, Lumineon prized both games, but Pecharunt was the real MVP, allowing us to KO... Yeah, allowing us to KO a Chien-Pao early allowed us to just kind of stay ahead the rest of the game. And yeah, so I think we'll try one more game. This video is probably going to be kind of long. I think we actually went up in the ranks too, but this video is going to be kind of long, I think, just because these games take a little bit of time. Ooh, a Snubble League player. We don't like Snubble League around here. We're going to choose Tails. Tails never fails. I think we're going to go first here. First is just ultimately best, because it prevents our opponents from, if they're playing like Regidrago, or if it's Mirror or something, we benefit from that. Yeah, this doesn't exactly tell our opponent what we're playing, because it doesn't show any like signs of Charizard specifically, but I'm sure that they'll realize what we're playing. This would have been an okay hand if I think the Roxanne was something else. 1 mulligan. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of like a stitched together start, which is not my favorite, but we definitely can do it. Are we actually about to play against a Zoroark deck? Okay. Nest Ball. I think we want to go and prioritize getting ourselves a Pidgey. We have Pecharunt. We have the Duskull line. We do not have Rotom, though, and that's really bad. So I think that we're just going to prioritize getting down our double Mander line. Getting down double Charmanders, and, yeah, we'll go Ultra Ball, Dusknoir, and Energy. right? Yeah. And I could even go for, like, Lumineon. But I should probably just go for the second Zard. Or Mander, I guess. Then next turn... No, actually, I think I misplayed that a little bit. I should have just waited to use the Ultra Ball until next turn, because I don't think they can get a KO. So let's just go for the Lumineon and just keep it in hand. And then pass, yeah. So Lumineon will allow us to get another supporter, and that's not really that important. What's important is that we get Arven for Rare Candy, for Seal Stone, for Charizard probably, depending on our top deck. Because we actually could get completely set up with a Charizard and a Pidgeot. It is really unfortunate that we're not getting to use a Dusknoir right away. Another Doduo. So if we would have gotten the... see, like, if I would have gotten the Dusknoir all set up, that would have been awesome. But this is still okay. Never mind. There's the Zoroark. So this is what they want to have right now. Great Ball. Okay, like... Why would you play this in your deck? Let me guess. It's nothing. Okay, well, I thought they were making a choice there. Radiant Alakazam. Okay, that's an interesting Radiant to play. But if they don't do anything here, then we're pretty good. Maximum Belt? Oh, wow, okay. Sure, just have a Squawkabilly in your hand and just, you know, not play it. Wow, Max Belt. Okay. Funny enough, we actually do have Lost Vacuum, so we can just, you know, Lost Vacuum that. Okay, alright. They have 0 damage counters on any of their Pokemon, so we're looking pretty good. I think our... Oh, wait, hold on. We can, if we can, and this is a big if we can get Pidgeot without having to use extra resources, we can just go after Squawkabilly and take 2 prizes. A switch. So they're going for their 10 damage. Wow. Never mind. They're going to keep digging. I don't know what's taking them so long to make all their decisions, really. That does make a difference if I place down Lumineon. I mean, they couldn't use Void Return for 10 damage. They're not even going to. Okay. Dude, oh my gosh, we actually got the Pidgeot. So I think what we need to do is Lumineon. Lumineon goes and gets us another Arven. Or we could, and this is a big could, grab our, I think we just go for another Arven. We'll have 2 Arvens total, but this allows us to kind of like set up completely. Yeah, that's fine. 20 damage. Then we can go Arven for 4 Seal Stone and for Rare Candy. No, not Buddy Poffin. Rare Candy for Seal Stone. Boom. Then we can go Rare Candy into Pidgeot. And then 4 Seal Stone here. Then we can go Quick Search for Rare Candy. And then 4 Seal Stone for Charizard. Right? How many Charizards do we have? We have all 3. Okay, good. And then our Rare Candy count, we still have all of our Rare Candies. So we go here, then we can go here, Star Alchemy right now, and we can go and get ourselves Charizard, right? Charizard is the one that we want. Sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained right now. We got that. That's perfect. We can go Rare Candy Charizard, and I don't know if I actually want to... Yes, I would like to use Infernal Rain. I don't know if I want to put all 3 energies in play. I think we'll just go for the 2. It is a little unfortunate that we don't get another Charizard set up, but we do have like Radzard and stuff like that. Then we can go Prime Catcher up the Squawkabilly, put up our Pidgeot, then we retreat the Pidgeot. And yeah, they have like 0 damage counters in play, so I'm not too worried. And we'll just take the KO with Burning Darkness. So we want to get like Buddy Poffin. We need to get like more Pokemon in play. I think that would be the only other thing that I would have wanted on that turn was a Buddy Poffin. Both of those are not good right now. But yeah, our opponent, this is not good for our opponent at all. They have no damage counters on their Pokemon. They have a lot that they have to do here. Okay, so there's a V-Star. They can get the KO. They actually can get the KO. 1. So, yeah, they definitely can get KO here. And if they do, then we are in a very bad spot. It's not impossible to win. We can actually go like something like Cleffa. But I don't know why they take so long to make their decisions. Like, just, I don't know, take quicker decisions, I guess. Phantom Star, yeah, okay, so that's another Pokemon for them to place down on their bench. Manaphy is gone. If only we had Delphox. I know I said it like 4 times now, but it's like, man, I really miss it. Netherworld Gate. So that's 1. They still have Phantom Star and they still have Zooming Draw. So there's still a lot that's left for them to do. And they also have Damage Pump, right? Like they should have Damage Pump. I'd imagine they wouldn't want to go for Phantom Star here, to be completely honest. That's like the worst card for us that they could have got. That's another Pokemon that's damaged. Right now they're doing 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4. 4 times 5. They're doing 250 right now. At the moment, they're doing 250. So they need like damage pump in order to get their KO. What is it? 1 to any of your Pokemon, any wheel. Oh no, that's so bad. They do exact KO. No. Okay, this is really bad. Let's put up Pidgeot. We can at least see what we can try to do here. It might just be like, I don't know, Counter Catcher in this situation, because we can't even use Roxanne. So let's go something like this. Super Rod, maybe? Even if we use, like, Iono, then they still have... Yeah, let's go for something like this. I don't know. I don't want to do that. We can go for Fezandipity, actually, and just draw some cards first. Fez... I think that we're going to want to go Arven here. Arven gets us Buddy Poffin, and it gets us Defiance Band. So we go Buddy Poffin, and I think we need to go for a... I haven't used Quick Search yet, right? Okay, we go for this Charmander, and we go for Cleffa, because this is going to be a Cleffa turn. Yep. Then we can go... flip the script, draw 3. Okay, there is that, but we don't need either of those. So let's go quick search for another Charmander. Yeah. Yeah, this is not very good. And I don't want to place down the Defiance Band. Like, I really do, but I really don't. I guess if they take more KOs, then it doesn't really matter. But we need to go in with Cleffa this turn. And then we just go Grasping Draw for 2 cards. Pecharunt, hello. Not super useful right now. So they're going to take another KO on this turn. Yeah, 2 Zoroarks. The good news, though, is they can no longer... If I get rid of this max belt, they can no longer do exactly 330, which means that they can't... I mean, they just would need Gust the rest of the game, but it's not, like, impossible, I guess. It's what I'm trying to say. We also have Radzard available as well. So if they take 2 more prize cards here, then we enter Radzard territory, and we can actually disrupt our opponent there. They need Gust. Ugh, they get Gust. Oh, okay. They're going for the Fezandipity rather than the Pidgeot. Very interesting. So they still have Phantom Star. That's insane. Like, they can basically do anything that they want here. Painful Spoons off the Fezandipity onto probably Cleffa. I'd imagine. That would put them down to 1. I'm probably off the Gengar. What? Why? Oh, I see. I see what they're trying to do. So we need Counter Catcher. We go Nest Ball. Or no, we have Defiance Band, actually. So I don't need to get Counter Catcher here. I can actually just knock this thing out. It's really irritating that they still have their V-Star power. I think we'll go... Okay, we have Boss. That's not useful right now. Ooh, my game is lagging super bad. Let's go Nest Ball for Radiant Charizard. I don't think that we win this just because our opponent got everything that they wanted. So let's go something like this, and then let's Roxanne. Collapsed would be nice. Vacuum. We got our energy, which is good. We can even vacuum the Gape Jaw. Just make them have to go for another one. But, like, we still just are in a really poor spot here. Because they just need one more Gust. We still have Quick Search as well, so we might as well use it. We can go for the Collapse, I guess. Let's just go for Collapsed, I think. That's, like, the only card that we can get here that's decent. Let's go for Collapsed. Use Collapsed. This does make them have to discard a Pokemon, and we'll get rid of our Lumineon. Because that means that they have to do more damage. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty simple choice for them. Then we go in with Radzard, and yeah, so Combustion Blast. We KO the Hisuian Zoroark, and now we just need them to not get what they want. Which is a tall ask. Ooh, yeah, Turos would have been really cool as well. Because we could have gotten rid of our Pidgeot. But I think we might be okay. We could. This is like very cope heavy, but we could actually still win this. We just need our opponent to whiff the... Okay, just another Gengar. That's fine. We need our opponent to whiff Gust, I think. Whiff Gust, Counter Stadium, and Pump, I guess. Because if they miss that, then we win. Another Great Ball. I think they're just trying to thin at this point. Excuse me. They're just trying to thin at this point. Trying to get every card out of their deck that won't work for them. Okay, Zoroark. Probably going to place that down. I mean, why not at this point? They can't get a KO with Painful Spoons, which is good, because otherwise they'd win immediately. The Collapse was definitely the correct play. I'm glad I did the Collapsed play. Because it got rid of their easy KO. Oh, wait, no, they already used their V-Star. Whew, okay. I forgot they already used their V-Star. What? Why? Why would you go after the Charmeleon? What? Oh, they're going for a zooming... Oh, if that's the case, then we just win, right? Yeah. If that's the case, we just have... I just need to think about how this works. We actually can just naturally retreat, I think. We just need an energy, and we need boss. That's not like, impossible. Yeah, I guess they know that. There's no point in not... If they do that, though, then we just go boss and we win. Okay, Ballistic Beak, 160 exactly. I can't believe it. We pulled this game back. We came back from the grave, and we were able to stitch together a win here. Insane. I thought we were done, but I think we had just the perfect counterplay. So let's go Super Rod, just get back some energies, because I think that we... Right, hold on. Let me just double check that we have a boss in our... That we have no boss in here. Okay, we still have boss in deck. We're good, we're good, we're good. Let's go Quick Search. You know what, you know what, we're just going to commit. We're going to commit, because we also have Counter Catcher, too, if we really needed to worry. We just go here. Boom. Zard. Bada bing, bada boom. Get our energies in play. Yes, we would. Sure, 3. Just on the off chance that it didn't work the way we wanted it to. Boom, boom, boom. Then we go retreat into Zard. Then we go boss up the Zoroark, and we Burning Darkness, and we pulled this game back together, and yes, that's so good. I thought we lost. Perfect counterplay. We got it all. We got everything we needed to together, and we were able to pull it back from the jaws of defeat. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So, ironically, when I was building this deck, and I kind of was asking around, kind of like, hey, what do you think about playing both Pecharunt and Charizard? People said, both is not very good. I don't like both because it's like clunky and whatever. We didn't use the Dusknoir line at all today, and that's okay. It doesn't appear in every single matchup, and we had so many like awkward starts that it just never truly appeared, but we did get a huge use out of Pecharunt EX, and I'm very happy about that because it really did make a difference, and it really kind of helped solidify my confidence in this deck. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. I know this is going to be a long video, but I really hope you guys enjoyed. I had a ton of fun with this video, as always, but again, consider subscribing. It really does mean a lot to me. And yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. This was the community choice video that I posted on Twitter. So if you guys want to see more kind of community choice stuff in the future, let me know. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. As always, God bless, have fun. We'll see you out there, and we'll see you next time. Thank you all so much for watching.